On 1st and 10, Stafford going deep for Moncrief. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, and his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there and sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
That's what I do.
Let's go. It's time to play. Green, triple team. 5-0, 5-0, 5-0.
Got four down.
Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Defense all day. Let's get it. That's how we do, baby.
Hey, let's get a conversion. Sonic.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
Come on. Sunday.
I got him.
5-0, 5-0, 5-0.
They'll run again with Blount. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to face a third down.
5-0, 5-0, 5-0.
Now a carry for Blount. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good, and the Bills will take a 3-0 lead. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
4 down.
They'll run with Gillislee. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Here we go. Let's go.
Tight right. Solo out there. Check the outs out there.
Hey, tag 32.
To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. And it's called in by Austin Hooper. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Hurry.
On 1st down, Stafford here. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Here's Stafford now on second down. And he's going to go down again. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Here's Stafford. And Nelson's got it here right side. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A heck of a play there on third down, but amazingly, they're still short for fourth. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on fourth down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez on for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bills will take over at their own 20. And the Bills getting set to go. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they got to...
That was second down run for Murray. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Let's go, let's convert, let's convert, let's convert. Sonic! Hey, sub. Let's go.
On third down, Winston. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
The first carry for the rookie, it's Darius Geis. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Hurry!
This is Gillisley. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Hurry up, get set. Tag 57, ready?
On first down, this is Geis. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
You don't have to be a finished product to show some pretty good glimpses of what could be in this league, and we just saw an example of it on that nice run there. When I looked at him coming out of college, I saw a guy with raw, terrific ability, and I couldn't wait to see how it was going to be harnessed and polished up in the NFL. In fact, some people thought he could play a little slot receiver as well as run the football. This guy has the ability to be a big-time player with more seasoning.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Set, red 80. 40 got. They're not ready for this. They still
They get it to him running left. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
Outside's coming. Outside's coming.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
It's run, fellas. It's run. Long day.
21. 32.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have a chance of winning this one.
And Hauschka's kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And here come the Bills. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still on attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Let's go now. Let's go. Hey, sub. Let's go. Hey, sub. Let's go. Watch him down, guys.
Jameis now on 1st down. He's got it. The tight end, Allen. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
Yeah, they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. Jameis to throw it. Caught by Allen. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Bills passing game getting them down the field. They've got another 1st down.
Let's go. Wait.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's got room. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Hey, let's get a conversion. Let's go.
And another timeout taken by the Colts. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining. Here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back.
Let's go. Wait. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Easy. 5-0.
Now they'll run. Murray. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. He's going to get it running right, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Deontay Burnett with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bills are in for 6. And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie, the first touchdown of his career.
And there's nothing like anticipation, is there? You know he's been dreaming about it, thinking about it. It's been a part of every bit of his being. And finally, it gets done. He's got to feel great right now.
Santos out now. He'll kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Colts off. Defensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On first down, it's Stafford. And they take him down. The Bills get to him.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stafford. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
We call that a sack blunt.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. Caught by Nelson left side. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on 4th.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
The Bills on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll run here. It's Murray. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Winston now from the 50. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against the zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Play action now, Winston. He's going to look deep down the field, and that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Hey, let's go. Sonic. Hey, sub. Let's go. Sonic. Let's go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Escaping and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And the Colts getting ready to go. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
Now Gillisley. And a hell of a run. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Second down, Winston. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Winston. He's got Curse. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. Jameis now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. Now blown. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On 3rd down, it's Burnett. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
To throw on 2nd down, Stafford. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
It's a gain of just a couple there, but it's enough to get him the first.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Caught by Nelson. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Hey, Red! Squad! Watch out! Zebra!
Stafford looks to throw again. It's caught. Nelson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. Stafford now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Geis. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. Lets it go for Nelson. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey. 4 down. Tag 57, ready? Fresno.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And he fields it cleanly. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Wide, get wide.
Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
3rd and long for Winston. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Well, the fans should be applauding this defense right now. It's an excellent job. They force a 3 and out, and they should be able to set up their guys with great field position, probably near midfield or better.
Fielded at the 33. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, Stafford. Flushed out right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Colts on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
3 down. Hey, check.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Completes it to Moncrief, left side. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third. Stafford now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. The 4-time All-Pro, J.J. Watt. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 16. From the gun, here's Stafford. Lets it go for Nelson. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Scoring has really been at a premium, and Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. That goes for a gain of 31.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
1st down, Winston. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Mike, check. 59. Easy. Yeah. Check 24. 5-0. 3. Check 3. Flags up.
And they'll go on the ground. And a short gain down to about the 33. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They got to get to the 23 here on third.
Let's go. Let's convert. Let's convert. Let's convert.
We got 4. We got 4. Say.
5-0.
They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field.
All right, here we go.
Watch 14. Hey, watch the screen.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And finding the tight end Hooper. Yeah, he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Now, a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
But sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing for them as well.
And this is caught by Watkins. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Stay 50. Zero.
Stafford on first down. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. He's picked off at his own 46.
Easy. Ready. Flag. 22 hot. 5-0.
On first down, Murray. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Now Jameis on second down. Crowder's got it over the middle. He'll get this to the 40. Sweet little juke in there. Got him some extra yardage. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And another timeout taken by the Colts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Easy. Let me go.
Jameis to throw it. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete, but he will not get away. He stops short of the marker. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Let's go. Let's bring it.
5-0.
Shift.
10th carry of the game now. Murray. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on 1st down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
Let's convert.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Space to run past the 20. And finally taken down at the 15. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a 1st down.
That's a football play right there. That takes me back a little bit. Toss sweep to the right, get it to your back, get a lot of people out in front, control the line of scrimmage, wide receivers blocking downfield. It almost feels like half the crowd is in front of him, getting it down to the secondary. They have a tough time getting him down.
Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead. You've got to protect it. And he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Sonic.
Winston here to throw. But he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this 2nd half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. The Bills on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 10.
550.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, We're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Deontay Burnett, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And they're able to up the lead by 1 more. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And the Colts coming out now. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
21.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Give me radar. Let's go.
2nd and 10, Stafford again. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right.
My 50.
They'll try to run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, "Hey, these pants make me look fat." And we said, "Nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy."
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They get it to him running left and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They get 5 on the run, but it leaves them with a tough 3rd and goal forthcoming. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Bills, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll return home next week to take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3 and 4 through 7 games. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @E.
Hey, what's up, gang?
Let me go secure for the game right quick.
Hey, what's up, gang?
I got it.
I think it's my fault. What's up,
Keep the
gang?
rest.
Hey, I got that check to go.
I'm gone.
A lot of these look lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No car. I want that car. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce.
Good drip. Good drip.
But she love you. Don't cut your.
Yeah.
Reynolds Da Vinci is white.
That's light.
Limited Louis, that's light.
Too light.
Rape in the city, that's light.
That's light.
LED, look at the light.
Too light.
We the ones don't like.
Don't like.
But you look too light.
Too light.
Why even play with your life?
Your life.
Bank account looking like yikes.
Looking like
I went from filling out kites
That's a call.
to putting it in my block. Blue Gucci sweater is drill.
That's drill.
Somebody give me a.
Drill.
These ain't like